Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Haley, and today, as you can see by the title, I am doing a fall DIY video, specifically from the Dollar Tree. So I pulled out all the stops, I brought out my fall shirt even though it is August and it is 107 degrees here, super hot, but I wanted to prepare for fall. If you haven't seen in my previous videos, this is the first time that I've lived on my own. I mean, I live in a college apartment, but I'm living with my boyfriend. We're going to be decorating for fall. And so I wanted to prepare these videos early. And if anybody else wanted to do this, also go to the Dollar Tree now and get all these things, because when it's actually fall time, it'll be picked over. There'll be absolutely nothing. So a lot of this video is going to be voiceover style because I filmed it over a couple different days. Sorry, it's not the most professional filming, but I did finally get a tripod, which is exciting, so hopefully my content gets a little better. So let's just hop right into it. So I wanted to show you a super quick and easy DIY. Start out by getting 2 mason jars. I went to the Goodwill and got them for 60 cents each, and I spray painted them white. You could spray paint them any color you like, but I like the white. It's very bright, looks really good on a table, and I've seen that you can use sandpaper to kind of rough it up and make it kind of look weathered, but I like this look here. And then I bought a pack of sunflowers. This is one that I haven't touched yet, but this is a fall themed one. And what I did was I cut off the bottom here and pulled out the wire. It took a little bit and a little bit of wire cutters, but I got it. And so all of the stems were like this. And then I folded them up so that way they fit in the jar just how I liked it. And I made this. So super simple, super easy, really quick to add to a table or something. And I wanted this to match some of the other sunflower DIYs that I have coming up. Here's a picture of the final product. Now let's start the DIY. I started by spray painting 2 wooden signs white. So I thought I'd show here real quickly. For one, I didn't show this in the past video. I did spray paint these with this spray paint. It's from Walmart. It's 96 cents a can. And then this is what it looks like with one coat, or 2-ish. It's not really showing up on camera, but it's kind of got this orangey tint to it. There's some orange blotches. So I've started here. I have this paint here, and I think this was 50 cents or something. So I'm just using this, and I'm just using the brush, and I'm just gonna do a layer of white on that and see if I can get rid of some of that orange. It took about 2 coats of paint to get it to the look that I was wanting. I originally was going to use wood glue to attach these 2 pieces of wood, but after discussing it with my boyfriend, he said that these brackets might be better. So we went to Home Depot, and I think it was about $3. It came with 2 brackets and the 4 screws. So this is how we attached the 2 pieces of wood. You can see him there screwing it in, and I'm helping him hold it. Here I am hot gluing everything to the wood. As you can see, I started by laying everything out flat. This kind of took me a while. I played with it until I liked the placement of the sunflowers. These sunflowers came on wire stems, so I started by pulling the stems off and then placing them on. A couple of the sunflowers, the little brown inside part actually fell off, so I had to hot glue that to the petals and then onto the wood. Here I am hot gluing the metal to the middle. I wasn't sure of the best way to do this. I probably could have used pencil and made lines, but instead I just picked up the metal and did some dots under it. I wouldn't really recommend this method just because sometimes there are spots where you can actually see the hot glue, so if you have a better method, please let me know. And here I am adding the last finishing detail. I think that this was just so cute. My boyfriend actually came up with this idea, adding the sunflower into the O. And here's the final product. I think it came out so cute. You could even add nautical rope to it to hang it up, but I like the look of the simple wood. Here's a look of the next DIY we are doing. I didn't film this, but I started out by taking a wood sign from Dollar Tree and painting it white. Then I painted that word hello, and I painted it a yellow color. So here I am adding hot glue to the back of the sign and then adding it to the wood. On this, I would recommend being lighter handed on the hot glue than I was, because again, in a couple spots, it kind of peeks out in the edge and you can see it, and I'm not a huge fan of that. So here I am lining it up in the center, trying to get it as even as possible on all sides. And here I am taking the wood box and also making sure it's center, kind of lining it up where I want it, and then adding hot glue. Off camera, I painted this brown beforehand, and I kind of tried to make it this like wood look by not painting it too much. As you can see on the back side, I painted it with the full coverage, and I didn't like the look of that. Once I placed the wood box on, I let the hot glue dry for quite a while, and this is what it looked like after day 1. And here's the final product. Sorry for the car noise behind me. This is on my front door, so off camera, I just added some nautical rope to the back of it by hot gluing it, and then I added in my fall florals. So I have a couple picks here from the Dollar Tree, and this is just one flower and some leaves that I took off a bundle that I got from Walmart. So here is the final look. Here's another simple DIY. I took one of these signs from Dollar Tree. It says Hello Fall with a red truck. This is super cute on its own, but I wanted to add my own little spin on it. So what I did was I made it two-sided. So I started out by taking this chalk paint that I got from Dollar Tree, and I painted a nice coat on there. And then I took the nautical rope and I just cut and measured so that way it was pretty even like this, and it kind of looks like the lid. I also made sure to flip it as I was doing it and to trim along the edges. I tried my hardest to make sure that you couldn't tell what was on the back, so I could use this for fall, or I could flip it around and I can use it for any season. I also bought the chalkboard paint markers from Dollar Tree, so that way I can DIY this any way that I want. Here's a look at the last DIY. It's a simple fall vase. Also, please ignore the boxes, they're left over from our move. This design took me a while to figure out. I really played with it and moved the leaves around and put it on the vase to see what I liked. Also, these leaves had a metal wire in the back, so I had to remove that before starting it, but it was super simple. And here I am, hot gluing the leaves to each other. I'm overlapping them. Also be careful with this because the hot glue does go through the leaves, and I burned myself a couple times doing it. I also played with this ribbon to see if I liked it, and I ended up deciding that I did. So here's me placing the third leaf and hot gluing it. So here I am placing the hot glued leaves onto the jar. I started by putting hot glue on the leaf, and I did the middle brown leaf because I thought that would be the easiest going forward. I put lines of hot glue on, and then I rubbed it down to make sure that it was secure to the vase. I went section by section and did little lines and little leaves and tried to make sure that there was no part of this that was sticking out. Once the leaves were all glued and secured, I took the ribbon, I measured it around to see how much I would need, I cut, and then I started to make a bow. I also played with this for a bit and moved the bow around to try to make sure that I had the bow where the brown and the orange were overlapping in a cute spot. And here's me showing you the final product. Show you the final product of this vase. So I got some Dollar Tree flowers here, and I just tried to sort of like intermingle them. I don't think it looks the greatest, but I'm going to add some things to it later, but I just wanted to show you what it looked like with some flowers in it. As you can see here, that you can see the stems at the bottom here. So what I think I might actually do is go back to the Dollar Tree and buy some of the like little stones or the little glass or something, just to make it a little bit more decorative, and that way you can't see that at the bottom. But here is the final look of the vases. I did end up making 2 of them, and this is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below. Let me know in the comments what you thought of these DIYs, if you want more, if you want to see how I like style them / like put up all my fall decor. Let me know down in the comments, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!